Hello everyone, welcome to the next episode of SpongeBob Now. Today, I will be talking about It's a SpongeBob Christmas. First, I'm going to talk about Patchy's plot. Enjoy. As the special begins, Patchy the pirate, parodying the role of SD. Kluger from Santa Claus is Comin' to Town, drives a mail truck through a snowy mountain range. He stops to wish the viewers a Merry Christmas and tells them he wanted to make sure Santa Claus got his letter. He then lies saying he gave the mailman the day off. He really stole the truck and the mailman is tied up in the back. Potty the parrot doubts they will make it to the North Pole, then argues with Patchy about which Christmas carol the directions to the North Pole are in. The truck is driven madly until Potty notices there is literally a fork in the road, which gets stuck in one of the tires and causes the truck to spin madly. Patchy then suggests that they see what SpongeBob is doing for the holidays. Patchy drives the truck off a cliff and the mailman escapes. He and Potty get lost in the woods since the fork got stuck in one of the truck's tires and caused it to go flat, preventing them from being able to drive it any further, and are trying to warm up by a fire. Out of a sense of hunger, Patchy hallucinates and imagines Potty as a platter of buffalo wings. Patchy nearly eats his pet, only to snap out of it. Potty then also hallucinates and imagines Patchy's head as a suet cake topped with birdseed and pecks at it. At the end of the episode, Patchy and Potty make it to the North Pole, believing they finally made it to Santa's workshop. Patchy apparently meets Santa in a cave and tells him his Christmas wish is to meet SpongeBob. However, it turns out he was, once again, hallucinating and really encountered a hungry polar bear, which started chasing him. Watching nearby, the real Santa puts Patchy on the naughty list for stealing a mail truck, which makes him and Potty laugh. They both wish the viewers a Merry Christmas. Next, I'm going to talk about SpongeBob's plot. Enjoy. Set to December 23rd, SpongeBob is really excited that Christmas is almost here. SpongeBob sees his friends are preparing for Christmas as well. Squidward is stringing lights so Santa knows to go away. Patrick has set a trap for Santa to make him stop the clocks so they will have Christmas all year long, but he gets trapped in his own trap. Sandy is conducting a Christmas scientific experiment. Mr. Krabs is ready for the season of getting. Meanwhile, Plankton is not happy, as he gets nothing but coal in his stocking every year, so he comes up with a new plan to ruin the holidays, which involves the new element he recently discovered, a large green glowing chunk of what he dubs Jerktonium, JT. His plan is to give out fruitcakes to everyone in town, each piece spiked with Jerktonium so that anyone who eats it will become a jerk. With everyone except him acting like a jerk, Santa will have no other choice but to put him on his nice list and give what he always wanted to get for Christmas, the Krabby Patty secret formula. Driving a fruitcake dispenser car called the JERKMAKER 9000, Plankton wonders who will be his first victim when SpongeBob shows up. After feeding him a piece of fruitcake and seeing that he did not become a jerk, Plankton thinks he got a piece that did not have Jerktonium, so he feeds SpongeBob more slices, then whole loaves, and even a baker's dozen, but there is still no effect. His plan having seemingly failed yet again, Plankton tosses SpongeBob the keys to the cake dispenser before kicking it and heading back into the chum bucket irritatedly. Driving the fruitcake dispenser up to a trio of Christmas carolers, SpongeBob gives them each a piece of fruitcake. Upon consuming it, they get enveloped in a green aura, grow 5 o'clock shadows and burly eyebrows, and begin arguing about which song to sing. Thinking they are just being passionate about the holidays, SpongeBob drives off to find more people to pass the fruitcake out to. Plankton, hearing the racket, comes out of the chum bucket and sees the carolers arguing, much to his delight. The Jerktonium works after all. Getting on a unicycle, Plankton follows after SpongeBob to see him unwittingly carry out his scheme. Coming up to a Christmas parade in town, SpongeBob starts tossing fruitcake to everyone present, the spectators, the parade Santa, and even the driver of the parade float, totally unaware of the transformation everyone is undergoing. Plankton is pleased that soon, everyone in town will be jerks, except SpongeBob. Consulting Karen, Plankton discovers that SpongeBob's extreme purity of heart and innocent love of the Christmas holidays shields his heart from the effects of the Jerktonium, thereby making him immune. Knowing that SpongeBob still being on the nice list, which will ruin his plan, Plankton is forced to unleash Plan B, an evil wind-up robot clone of SpongeBob, named Toy Bob, to destroy Bikini Bottom and ruin SpongeBob's good name. The robot begins its campaign of naughtiness by throwing a boat into a building and trapping Mr. Krabs inside the Krusty Krab by burning down its sign. Later that day, as he returns from feeding fruitcake to everyone in Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob crosses paths with the carolers, who badmouth him. As SpongeBob passes the Krusty Krab, where Mr. Krabs is cheaply fixing the sign, Mr. Krabs says that the repairs are coming out of his salary, thinking SpongeBob had destroyed the sign. Then he sees Patrick, who also became a jerk by setting another trap for Santa, and tells SpongeBob to leave before falling in it again. The next morning, it's Christmas Eve. SpongeBob finally notices that everyone is being mean. Afraid that Santa might fly by Bikini Bottom, he asks Squidward for help, but Squidward, the only one in town who did not eat jerktonium, claims he is not home, which SpongeBob immediately falls for and decides to go see Sandy on Squidward's suggestion. Right after SpongeBob leaves, Toy Bob knocks, or more specifically, bumps Squidward's door, and when he, still angrily, refuses to let Toy Bob in, he grabs the door and smashes it on Squidward's head after he furiously demands Toy Bob the door back. Meanwhile, SpongeBob goes to Sandy's tree dome to explain, but she is also a jerk. SpongeBob accidentally drops some fruitcake Sandy had been eating into her Christmas magic analyzer, which shows that it is contaminated with jerktonium. Sandy asks where SpongeBob got it from, and he answers plankton. Sandy asks again in disbelief that he would take the fruitcake from the known-to-be evil plankton and just hand it out to people without suspicion, to which SpongeBob stupidly says, "Uh-huh." Sandy then calls him an idiot and explains to him that his foolish actions have caused the whole town to act mean. This causes SpongeBob to understand and get worried since he ate tons of jerktonium. After discovering from a scan that SpongeBob is immune to jerktonium, Sandy notes everyone else needs an antidote. Sandy sets her analyzer to come up with one. However, she cannot make sense of the formula notes. SpongeBob realizes that it is actually a music sheet. After SpongeBob recites some of the notes, Sandy instantly returns to normal, making SpongeBob realize the song is the antidote. Getting to the center of town, where everyone is having a riot, SpongeBob begins singing the song, "Don't Be a Jerk." One by one, all the Bikini Bottomites become good and respectful again as they sing along with Squidward later joining in. With everyone else back to normal in not a moment too soon, Santa comes down from the sky on his sleigh. SpongeBob excitedly greets Santa, however, he is afraid to say that he is the bearer of bad tidings. Everyone in town is on the naughty list this year and everyone will get coal, except Plankton, much to everyone else's shock. Santa states that he is just as surprised as them, but compared to everyone else, Plankton has been a saint. Much to Mr. Krabs' astonishment, Santa gives Plankton the Krabby Patty formula as his present. Pearl then directs Mr. Krabs' attention to the elves who are in the process of picking his wallet from his pocket, making Mr. Krabs swat them away. Stunned to see that his attempt to save Christmas has failed, SpongeBob tries to explain to Santa that he has it all wrong, but he refuses to listen by saying that SpongeBob, on the contrary, is the worst of all, believing that he is still wreaking havoc in Bikini Bottom. At that moment, Toy Bob arrives with Plankton realizing he made a huge mistake and, upon spotting Santa, carries out his programming to destroy Christmas by morphing into a larger form and eliminating him. SpongeBob tries to protect Santa, but is easily defeated when the robot throws him far away. Santa tries to hide in the Krusty Krab, but Toy Bob captures him. SpongeBob saves Santa by using the fruitcake dispenser to shoot fruitcake at it, clogging its vent holes and causing it to fail. SpongeBob manages to get Santa to safety just before Toy Bob explodes into pieces. Santa thanks SpongeBob for saving him and tells him that he has been indeed a very good lad, unlike the owner of Toy Bob. One of the elves gives Santa Toy Bob's key, which is inscribed with, "If found, please return to the chum bucket," revealing to Santa that Plankton was responsible for all the trouble, enraging him. With that, Plankton attempts to escape with the Krabby Patty formula, only be stopped by Mr. Krabs, who calmly tells him to hand over his secret formula without making the situation become more worse. Mr. Krabs takes back the formula, tosses Plankton to Santa's sleigh, and Santa has the elves dump coals on Plankton as punishment for his actions, much to Plankton's dismay. Santa then leaves everyone to celebrate the rest of the holidays except Squidward. SpongeBob, looking around, asks if anyone has seen Patrick. The special then ends by showing Patrick on the back of Santa's sleigh and netting him, throwing him and the reindeer off course. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. Goodbye everyone.